Because lock is repellent, okay? Lock is repellent against certain type of people. And if you're trying to attract a certain look or hello YouTube, I am back. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but life has been lifing. So I am back, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I wish I knew before starting my lock journey. So I am officially a 1.5 years locked. Yes, congratulations to me. But although I'm satisfied with my journey overall, there's a couple things that I wish I knew before starting my lock journey that I think would have made it even better. So can we look at these locks? Can we look at these locks? And I'm in my car, by the way, because there's a lot going on in my house right now, and it's very loud, and the lighting is just spectacular today, so why not enjoy it? So yes, these are my micro locks after 1 year and 6 months. So number one thing that I wish I knew before I started my lock journey is that you are not going to see that much length in the first year. So when I started my lock journey, my hair was like very short to my ear, maybe a little bit above my ear. And when I first started my lock journey with comb coils, I had these unrealistic expectations that by next year my hair was going to be to my shoulders and I could do this style and that style and that style. And then when I got to a year, I was looking at my hair and I'm like, damn, it's still short. And I'm not gonna lie, I got discouraged. I thought that maybe I was doing something wrong in my journey because my hair was not long. But in all actuality, the first year, you're not gonna see much growth, especially if you have type 4 hair. Now, I know there's people with type 3 or looser textured hair that may see length a little bit quicker because they don't have as much shrinkage. But if you know that you shrink a lot and you have type 4 hair, you have thick, dense hair, you're not going to see that much length in the first year. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but that first year, your hair is going through a lot of changes. So your hair is budding, it's shrinking, you know, it's expanding, it's contracting. There's a lot going on. So if you expect to have hang time in the first year, your expectations may be a little unrealistic. Before your hair gets long, it has to form. And that's something I didn't realize. You know, I remember I started my lock journey October of 2021. Now my birthday is in April. So I started my lock journey October of 2021. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm about to have this birthday shoot April 2022. And I said, I'm going to get rope twists. Now, if anybody doesn't know what rope twist is with locks, it's basically like when you take your locks and then you 2-strand twist it. And you know, it's real cute. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get rope twists. So 6 months later, it's April, my birthday is coming, and I'm evaluating my hair. And it's still like right here, up to my ear. And I'm like, damn, I can't do no rope twist because my hair is too short. But that made me feel some type of way. And then I had to realize, like, hey, your hair has grown a lot, but it shrunk. It was budding for like 3 months. So of course your hair is not gonna have that hang time that you want it to. So be patient and realize that you're not gonna see much length within the first year. You're just not. Now, if your hair is already long when you started your journey, then it may be a little bit different. Or if you start your hair with like braids, you have sister locks, might be a little different. But if you started your hair with comb coils, baby, just know you ain't gonna start seeing length like the first year. I'm sorry. So the second thing I wish I knew before starting my lock journey was to limit the styling, like all the buns, all the ponytails and stuff. Like the first year of your journey, even in general after that, I feel like you shouldn't be pulling like too many styles, and because it's tight on your hair, shouldn't be doing that. So the first 6 months of my journey, when my hair was going through the budding and all that extra stuff, I was a little bit insecure about my length. I was insecure about the frizz. I was insecure about how my hair looked. So I would do hairstyles to try to hide it and things of that nature, and it was pulling on my hair. And if you look in the front, you see this lock that's like right here in the front. You see how it's like kind of skinny at the top and thick at the bottom? That is a lock that has been affected by me styling too much. It can thin your hair out. Now, I'm able to recover from it. You know, I'm recovering because I don't really style my hair like that now. But if you continue to do it, you can have breakage. Your hair will suffer from it. I've already lost like 2 locks because of that. So yes, limit the styling. I know, you know, you want to be a baddie 24/7, and you're still a baddie, but it's like, just leave your hair alone, let it grow, let it thicken, and I promise you it will pay off. So the second thing I wish I knew was to just leave your hair alone. Don't play with it too much. No, don't do any tight styles, because you will regret it. And my hair is healthy now, but I feel like if I wasn't styling as much in the beginning, it probably would have been thicker and healthier. The third thing that I wish I knew before starting my lock journey is comparison will be your biggest downfall. So if you are that person that was looking through lock pages on Instagram, looking at people on YouTube, you literally went to your loctician with a picture of somebody and said, here, I want my hair to look like this. This is the locks I want. That's not good. And I wish I knew that before you started your journey. Now, of course, if you're looking for like grids and sizes, if you want micro locks, traditional locks, sister locks, yes, it is good to look at other people's hair to see what you want. But this is the thing, this is the real tea. Your hair is your hair. So if I started micro locks, right, and my best friend started micro locks, a year later our hair is going to look completely different. You want to know why? You have a different texture than people. Your density is different. Your porosity is different. You know, your spacing is different. So the thing is, if you have low porosity hair, right, and you're looking at somebody with high porosity hair, and you're looking at their sister locks or their micro locks, and then as you progress in your journey, you see that your hair may not be as full or as thin or whatever as theirs, you start thinking that you're doing something wrong, or your hair is this and it's not. Your hair is not going to look like other people's hair, and you just have to realize that. Like, how you start your journey is an individual thing. So if you're looking at other people's journey, if you're looking at other people's hair and then getting sad and mad when your hair doesn't look like that, you're doing it all wrong. So before you start your lock journey, you have to go in with the mindset that your hair is going to come out completely different than you think it is. Like when I started my lock journey, I still have micro locks, right? But I was looking at people with like 500 plus locks, and I only have about like 170 locks. So when I got my comb coils, they were very small, but they have gotten thicker to the point where I don't even know if my hair is still considered micro locks. Like, I think I just have like small locks. But if I like really was looking at these people and living my journey through them, I probably would have combed out my locks by now. So that's just something that you have to know, is that your hair is not going to come out looking like anybody else's hair. Your journey is your journey. Their journey is their journey. You have to have realistic expectations on your hair. So if you know you have very fine or thin hair, that is okay. But do not look at somebody with super thick, super full hair and think that your locks is going to come out looking like that. Just like if you know you have dense hair, you know you have thick hair, don't look at somebody with fine hair and think your hair is going to come out like that. How your hair reacts to natural hairstyles is how it's going to react to locks. So keep that in mind and don't get discouraged. You have to know your hair. You have to know realistic expectations for your hair. And if you're not willing to accept that, then maybe this journey is not for you, boo. The fourth thing I wish I knew before starting my lock journey is you still got to wash your hair. I don't know why people think that once you grow locks, you don't have to wash your hair, or you only have to wash it like once every 4 months. I mean, if you're getting away with that, that's cool. But from my experience, I still have to wash my hair like once a month. Now, I go to a loctician like once every 3 months, but I wash my hair every month because it's actually worse now. Because when you had loose natural hair, right, or perm or whatever, you could just like wash your hair and the dirt will come out, or you could physically see like dirt in your hair and you could comb it out or brush it out. When you have hair, you can't see dirt and lint as easily, and your hair is more likely to trap dirt, to trap dust. It's almost like a duster. So you have to be mindful of that. Like if I shake my hair right now, there's probably a bunch of dust that comes out because I'm due for a wash. But yes, you have to shampoo your hair. And I remember the first couple months of me having locks, I wasn't washing my hair like unless I went to the salon and got a retwist. But if I wasn't getting a retwist, I wasn't washing my hair. And I started to see like a lot of buildup. I started to see a lot of dust. So I started washing my hair in between me getting retwists, and sometimes I would retwist my own hair, but I started washing my hair once a month, and I saw like a big difference like in my journey, in my hair, and like just the overall health and the shininess of your hair. So yes, and I'm just gonna add this in because I want number 5 to be something else. But yeah, number 4, make sure you're washing your hair and keeping it clean because it collects a lot of dust. But with that being said, also know that when you have locks, your hair is not gonna be as shiny as your loose textured natural hair. Like, you can add oil sheet and all this stuff, but locks are locks. So you're not gonna go in with the silky, you know, Brazilian bust down look. Your hair is gonna look a little dull sometimes, and that's okay. Now, my hair color is like dark black. Like, it's not jet black, but it's like a pretty like 1B color. So as far as shine, it's been looking pretty healthy. But people with like brown hair or like sandy red hair, your hair may look a little dull, but you have to like be okay with that it's locks, and you're not gonna have a sleek look all the time. And just embrace it, like accept it, like, girl, you poppin', know that. And number 5, last but not least, 5 things I wish I knew before starting this journey. Number 5 is your aesthetic is gonna change. And let me elaborate on that. So me personally, I've always been natural, like for most of my adulthood. I never really was into like straight hair. I was always wearing braids or an afro. So my aesthetic changed, but it wasn't as drastic as others. But this is what I mean. Unfortunately, we live in a society where how you dress, how you wear your hair, how you do your makeup goes into this whole aesthetic of how the world perceives you. So once you wear locks, right, you're automatically going to be seen as like spiritual, or, you know, like a boohoo kind of girl, boho, whatever you're going to call that look. And while it may or may not be true, you have to get used to that. Now, you still have control over your personal style, how you wear your hair, how you rock your clothing, how you want the world to view you. But when you have locks, the world is going to view you differently. And that could be a good thing, or that could be a bad thing. The men that you attract is going to change. Like, if you were a Instagram baddie model type girl before, right? Like, you had the bust down, the long lashes, the Fashion Nova, and you decided to start wearing locks, just know that you're gonna attract a different crowd. So you may have been like attracting the flashy guy before, the rapper, this and that. Just know that once you start your locks, especially in the beginning stages, that is gonna change. You're not gonna attract those type of men anymore, and you have to be okay with that. Like, now, for me personally, I attract a lot of white men, which, you know, which is cool. I don't have a problem with that. Or I attract like a lot of spiritual men, a lot of men who are conscious. I attract a different crowd. I attract a lot of nerdy people, and I'm okay with that because, you know, that was kind of like my preference before. But I don't get as much attraction, like I don't get as much attention from you know, like the rapper black guy, or, you know, like the gas station dudes, which I'm happy about, or even just like certain like type of like successful men. They're not gonna go for my aesthetic. And while me personally, I never cared, I've had some friends who literally combed out their locks because they felt like they weren't getting enough attention from a certain type of man. And you have to be confident enough in yourself, in who you are, what you want for yourself, to not let that bother you. Because at the end of the day, you can't control how others perceive you. It's how you perceive yourself. Now, of course, you're gonna like still put yourself together, make sure you're clean, you look good, your clothes is clean, you smell good. Yes, of course, you're gonna put into that, but you can't control that you're not attracting, you know, Pookie and Ray Ray no more. And if that's your type, then that's something that you're gonna have to consider, because lock is repellent, okay? Lock is repellent against certain type of people. And if you're trying to attract a certain look, or you know, you want to be like a Atlanta bottle girl or something like that, and you know that you have to wear your hair a certain way, then you might want to consider like doing something else, like either getting like butterfly locks or something But permanent locks may not be for you, because your aesthetic will change. How the world view you will change. People gonna think you a crystal girly, and you're not even a crystal girly. But it's all good. Like, for me, I'm in corporate America, and for the most part, you know, my locks has not affected that. But sometimes people will like come to me and think I'm like some earth chick, and they're like, hey, you want to do yoga with me at the park? And I'm like, girl, I don't even know how to do yoga. But it is what it is, you know. But yes, your aesthetic will change. How people view you will change. How men treat you will change. And it could be a good or bad thing, because I get respect. Shoot, people respect me. And, you know, of course, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. You know, keep them shoulders back, keep that head high. I'm so extra. But yeah, like, just be aware of that your aesthetic will change. How people view you will change. And I feel like the longer my locks get is the more compliments it gets. And my locks are still short, but I noticed that when I was like in the budding stage, you know, I didn't really get no play like that. But now it's like, oh, I like your locks. How long you been growing your locks? I think that's sexy. And I'm just like, okay, thank you. But yes, these are my 5 things that I wish I knew before having locks. Please comment below what you think, some things that you've experienced, if you already have locks, how long have you had your locks, etc., etc. And let me know if you want to do a part 2. I will definitely, you know, do a part 2, because there's a lot of things that I've learned in this journey that I wish I knew before starting, good and bad. So comment below, subscribe, you know, share, do all of that. Bye-bye.